theoretically, European market is saturated, which leaves us with US and China. Um, Now, Europeans want more for less, and the Chinese market is probably a bit less demanding. Um, so, how do you make up for the how do you make up for the difference? You design your cars in Europe with Europeans in mind, but then you might want to sell them in China as well, where you could theoretically get a better price, better deal with lower levels of equipment.
From a Hyundai perspective, we have a very special and particular way of coming to market technically. Many other manufacturers globally will bring a world car to market, selling the same car in America as they sell in Europe, as they sell in China, with some minor retuning and modifications. But from a Hyundai perspective, whilst we have a shared technical basis, a platform for our cars, we will engineer the vehicle specifically for the taste of the region in which we're selling. So a product like the i40, for example, which is on a Sonata platform, has no resemblance to Sonata. It's a wagon, a better quality interior with diesel engines, very competitive diesel engines, which are a prerequisite in Europe. And we're able to customise vehicles specifically to the tastes of customers in different regions of the world, not least the very demanding customers in Europe.
Okay. Do you think that the market in Europe is not able to take any more cars? Is it like a fight, a struggle to keep the same levels rather than to sell more these days?
The market in Europe for cars was worth 18 million cars, just over 18 million cars in 2007, and we think the market next year will be around 13.8, 13.9 million. So it's worth rather less these days. But nonetheless, we do believe that Europe will grow again in terms of the total size of the market, and I think there's an opportunity for Hyundai in that growth. But not only that, if you think about our global scale, where we produce our cars in Czech Republic, India and Turkey, we have low cost of production, we have global scale, and we believe we can offer customers high quality vehicles, no doubt. Low emissions, absolutely. But great value. We can offer customers in Europe great value cars at a time when that's a particularly relevant theme for people who are going through probably the second dip in a double dip European economic crisis.
Speaking of price versus quality, Chevrolet, for example, has a pretty good offer as far as price is concerned. How do you compete against players like that?
Hyundai is able to combine, or was able to combine 3 to 4 years ago, the characteristics of low emissions, great value and wonderful quality. And what we've done since then is to blend wonderful design and desirable vehicles into the mix. And that cocktail is something that has been and remains very appealing to European consumers. And not only that, if you look at the car I'm sat in right now, which is the brand new Santa Fe from Hyundai, the quality of the materials, the design, the proportions of the interior and the exterior are, I believe, far closer to the requirements of the European consumer than many of those of our competitors.
How do you rate Hyundai's chances on the fleet market? For example, in Poland, Hyundai has, let's say, issues with residual value. What about other European markets?
Well, I think our success in fleet has to be a major component of our future volume growth and success. You know, most European manufacturers build their retail sales on top of firm foundations in the fleet market, and we are a largely retail, private sector manufacturer. So to give us growth for the future, we absolutely have to penetrate the European corporate sector, and that's why product like i30 and i40 are absolutely central to us in acting as catalysts to get us into that important segment and underwrite our future growth. Now, I think, you know, when it comes to residual value setting, in my experience, the past has much to do with the future, and actually making a break with the past and setting residual values that reflect the realities of today and tomorrow is quite a difficult challenge. And if you look at I-40 and I-30 today, they're 1 million kilometres from the cars we were building just 5 years ago, and our challenge is to get the residual value setting agencies, leasing companies and key influencers to reflect the reality of our range. And my experience is they're increasingly willing to do that.
Thank you very much.
Cool, thanks a lot.